make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet. Yeah, we were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey everyone, we got a new project in the shop today, at least for a little bit anyway. We wanted to kind of go over it with you guys. What I got here is I got a 72 Chevelle. About 12 years ago, I bought it as a shell, couple $100 shell. Didn't start with a whole lot. A title and a firewall, that was about it. Since then, off and on over the years, in between doing other jobs and things, I've been working on it, plugging away at it piece by piece, trying to get it done, and it's getting closer. It's getting closer. I started with this back end. It was all the front half of the car was beautiful. The back half of the car just looked like they parked it in the ocean and left it there. It was terrible. Put a whole new rear deck in, the Dutchman panel, new trunk, new springs, new hinges, the inner wheel wells, the quarters. This whole back end I had cut off of this car and just put it all on new. Other than that, it was fairly solid. It was a good, solid car to start with. Like I said, the frame was good, and the shell itself, the floor pans in there are actually still original in the car yet. The car was Z-boarded, so I think that has a lot to do with why the floor pans and the rocker panels were still original in this car and in such good shape. Like I said, this back end, I don't know, at some point it must have took on water or something, and it was just a mess back here. But we got that all fixed up. Everything's in primer. It's a little bit dirty now from sitting outside and everything. I had it covered up. Just brought it back in and just wanted to go over it with everybody again, because you're gonna see it more in the future. We're gonna keep working on it. One thing I'm having a hard time deciding on, I don't know, maybe you guys can help me out there. Trying to decide whether to put a vinyl top on it or not. And the car's gonna be red. It's gonna be the factory red with the black deck stripes. And I like them with the black vinyl top on to match the deck stripes. But I've been back and forth a zillion times on whether to put a vinyl top on this car or not. So if anybody has an opinion on that, throw it in my comments. Let me know. I would love to hear from you, see what you think. I just think the vinyl top kind of completes the car with the red and the black deck stripes. It's going to have a black interior also. But let me know what you think, because I'm still back and forth on the whole thing, trying to decide what I want to do there. But that's the back end of it. I'll show you a little bit inside. Let me unlatch the door here for you. It's
It's one of those newfangly modern latches. You know how that is. But yeah, there's not much in there to report. The floors have been painted. We put a little bit of kill mat down for sound and heat protection. Like I said, everything's just kind of dirty from sitting outside. But getting ready to, I want to install some new wiring and everything. The underside of this car, we've painted the frame. We've put all new bushings in, things like that. That's all done. We are going to be doing a video upcoming of, we're going to put a different gear set and a posi unit into the rear end. It's pretty much what you see is what it is in here. It needs a lot of help. So there'll be a lot of videos to come on it in the future. But I went with a set of Goodmark. These are the full door shells instead of just skins. I was going to skin the doors, and these were, I got a good deal on them. They were running a sale one time. This is several years back, and I seen them, and it's like, you know what? I'm just going with door shells. I got enough welding to do. So I did myself a favor and I got a set of door shells. Really like them. They're built well. They seem to fit well. Now, all the fitting is, you know, it just don't all happen by chance. I mean, you got to take some time and line up all your panels and get all your gaps and everything. I mean, there's some work involved in all that. That just doesn't happen by accident. But that being said, I like these shells. It saved a lot of time. Coming up to the front end, I was able to find some original GM fenders, which I really like. The one has a small patch at the bottom, and it's not bad at all. I just had to cut a small patch at the bottom. And I found an original GM cow induction hood. So that's nice, because the whole front end of this thing is still General Motors. And, you know, anytime you can use original pieces. Also, the headlight bezels here are all, the pot metal pieces are all GM also. So I try to keep as much GM as I can on it. It's pretty neat to be able to do that. It's hard to find the stuff, but I do find it. And this was even a factory hood pin hood, so it will have the factory hood pins on it again. Coming on around to the underneath, I can see a little bit more progress. This might be a little bit of a surprise. But yeah, that's a 402 big block Chevy. This is the first big block I ever owned. I've had a lot of small blocks, but this is the first big block Chevy I ever owned and built. When I started, it was just a bare block. I had nothing else. So I started with the bare block. I sourced the GM crank. I sourced GM connecting rods. And then everything else, the new pistons and everything, I put a set of dome pistons in it and all that. The aluminum heads are from nGearz. Everything else, of course, I sourced. But the block, the crank, and the connecting rods are all General Motors. And then I build it up from there. We have this featured as far as putting the head on in another video. If you want to go check that out, that's a really cool video. But there has been people ask about these valve covers. I made these valve covers. Well, I didn't make them. They were chrome valve covers that I sandblasted. And then once I had them sandblasted, they're tall chrome ones. And I took an old script from a 57 Chevy valve cover decal. I painted them in the orange base, put the decal on, and then I cleared the heck out of them with the urethane clear coat. So I had a lot of people asking where I bought them. It's not really something you can buy, but you could do them. You could do them just like I did. It made a really custom touch here. I tried to put as much aluminum on this thing as I could, as far as like water pump, all the bracketry, the intake. Like I said, the heads, everything about that, I tried to keep as light as possible, keep the weight down and everything. The transmission's a turbo 350. It has a performance converter in it. It has a shift kit and everything in it. Should make a real nice cruiser. We checked, I I found some other specs similar to what I was building in that. The way this is, should have around 500 horsepower and around 600 foot-pounds of torque, which is decent. And it shouldn't have a problem spinning a tire, we'll put it that way. So, kind of excited about that. That's about it for under the hood. I painted everything under the hood and put all the new insulation in. Like I said, as I get a chance here and there, I work at it. You know, I just brought it in. It's been sitting out, covered up, and it's a little bit dirty right now. But we put her together piece by piece as we can. So that's what we do. So put that back down. That's, like I said, that's the whole car in a nutshell, basically. You're going to see more of it. And we're working at getting it all back together. But, yeah, I think everybody's going to enjoy this one. All right, stay tuned, guys, because the next thing is we want to show you is we got a little slideshow for you guys on that 65 Chevy truck cab that we did. We got the cab all finished up, and we got a few pictures to show you before it left today. So we'll get to see them, and you'll get to see that back window in and installed, and it did work out for us round 2 on that. So that's it. So I hope you enjoy everything, and we'll be back into more content next week and show you more things. I'm not even sure what we're going to start on yet. We have to figure that out, but we're not short on things to do around here. So just keep watching and look for something next week new. So, all right, talk to you later.